It's mid-morning now, and I've returned to the location of the shot I took yesterday evening. This is a pretty cool dune ridge, and it's an area on the far western side of the dune field where I found that all the elements kind of align quite nicely. The ridge behind me, I'm going to keep following that this morning and see if I can find some other interesting compositions. The fear I have when photographing dunes is I'm going to trample all over my shot. So by starting on the far western edge and kind of moving east, I have less of a chance of doing that. One of the great things is that, just like last year, I'm the only one here this year. So there's not been another person in these dunes in the 2 days, going on 3 days now, that I've been here. So any footprints here are my own, and so I have to very carefully proceed so I don't trample my own shot. I'm going to spend the rest of the morning checking out this area and see if I find any other good shots. It is now about midday, and I'm kind of relaxing here in the shade of this old talc mine on the other side of the dunes. And these are actually some very dangerous places to be because you never know what kind of debris is just immediately below the sand you're walking on. Could be nails or other bits of metal. And of course there's some people that think it's somehow a good idea to go down into these talc mines, and I think that's absolutely insane. Well, I spent the morning scouting the dune ridge that I photographed yesterday evening, and I really didn't find any shots that were better than I shot yesterday, so it made me feel pretty good about the decisions I made yesterday. Now I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon scouting the eastern dunes and try not to put too many footprints down where there might be some good shots. If I don't find a shot while I'm scouting at midday, which takes a lot of kind of imagining how the light's going to be at sunset, it means I'm going to have to stay out here in the evening tonight and just kind of see if I can find some interesting light hitting the dunes at some point. Kind of make notes, maybe sketch it out, and then come back tomorrow and set up the camera. There are some high clouds out there right now, which might make for a very interesting sunset, but I don't have a shot yet, so I gotta keep looking. I returned to camp for lunch and to get some more water and get all the supplies I need, but as you can see behind me, there's some high clouds back there. And this is definitely, well, it has the potential of having a very great sunset, but here's the problem. I don't have a shot right now. The scouting I did this morning, it was great, I looked for a bunch of great stuff, but I didn't really see any shots I really want to dedicate to. And if I end up taking my 8x10 camera with me out in the dunes, I'm going to be really slow, and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to find a shot anyways. So it's going to be a little bit of a gamble, but I'm not actually going to take the 8x10 with me, even though these are the first clouds I've seen in quite some time. Because what I really need to do is find my composition, find my shot, set up for it in advance. And at this rate, I really don't have enough time. I mean, by the time I get back out to the dunes again, it's going to be getting pretty close to, getting the golden light anyways. So wish me luck.
I ascended the eastern edge of the dune that afternoon under increasingly cloudy skies. A steady wind whipped over the dune crest, erasing my footsteps and leaving little evidence of my very existence. It was a bit like walking on the edge of a knife blade, suspended several hundred feet in the air. The cirrus clouds overhead threatened to erupt in the sort of fiery sunset you witness only once or twice in a lifetime, and I was without my camera. Spur-of-the-moment photos are very difficult on large formats, so I know when to pick my battles. When the cards are stacked against me, sometimes it's best to take a front row seat and just enjoy the show. There was a little bit of color that evening, but it was a subtle show at best. I stuck around for a while, then began my descent amongst the first stars of night. I experienced something very special that night, a phenomenon I was unaware of. While descending the dunes, a strange sound filled the cool night air, and the sand at my feet began to vibrate. It sounded like a squadron of World War II aeroplanes flying directly overhead. This was my first experience with the singing dunes, and I'll remember it for the rest of my life.